Hey y'all, this is Kelly Janae with Ethereal Ecology, and you are watching the Reducing the Dosage series. I've been at 12.5 milligrams for a little while now, like maybe a month and a half, 2 months, I don't know. Ever since I made my last video, I've been pretty steady at 12.5 milligrams. Because when I tried to go back up to 25 milligrams, because I was having like all these suicidal thoughts and it was just really intense, emotional times for me, I got a rash pretty much immediately, and if you start to get a rash when you're on Lamictal, they're like, stop taking it because you might die, because, side effects. And so I was like, okay, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to stay at 12.5 milligrams, and it seems like my mind has stabilized quite a bit. I feel like I can attribute much of much of those thoughts and much of the mental discord as just anxiety. Just a lot of anxiety, much of which is self-imposed. These fears coming up that I'm like, oh my god, and just speaking about them to people and facing them head on has been really the biggest thing. It's just, I don't need to live with this anxiety, I can just face my fears. Anyway, so I'll say that the group therapy I've been doing, which is, what is it called? It's called like, system-centered therapy, something like that. I'll have to double check, but it's been really helpful because a lot of times when anxiety comes up in the group, it's something that we approach in a very logical way, asking, okay, typically anxiety either comes from a thought, a unfamiliar feeling, or the fear of the unknown. And a lot of times it's all of those, or some of them, and, a thought produces a feeling, and it's this loop. And I feel like a lot of what I'm learning about my mental state is that really there's short circuits in the brain where we've learned to survive through one way or another, and it's created these shortcuts in the neural pathways. And so that's like what we jump to. Oh my gosh, I'm going to start worrying about this because in the past this happened. And so I'm basing my current reality on my past reality. And so it's just constant awareness. Like, oh, is that a path I want to follow with my brain right now? Do I want to wake up in the middle of the night freaking out about this? Or do I just want to be logical, face my fear in the freaking face, and do something about it rather than freaking out about it and not telling anyone, which is going to perpetuate the exact thing that I'm afraid of. I swear to God, since Saturn and Jupiter moved into Aquarius after their ridiculous saga of a time in Capricorn this past year, Saturn's been in Capricorn for several years, but this past year is especially, crazy. Obviously, we know it's 2020. I feel like since Saturn and Jupiter moved into Aquarius, my entire, a huge weight has been lifted, which makes so much sense considering Capricorn's an earth sign, a very structured earth sign, whereas Aquarius is like, woo, I'm in the mind of ideals and justice, and yeah. So and Aquarius is also my sun sign and my Mercury. So I feel like I'm in a better place. I also will say that I have bought an earthing mat, which is, I don't know if you know about earthing, but earthing is essentially based on the true fact that, humans have become literally disconnected from the healing energies of the earth. We've become disconnected from the electrical circuitry of the earth because we don't walk on it or with barefoot anymore, and we don't touch it anymore like we used to. And so inflammation is one of the biggest causes of disease in America and the whole world. And there's all these studies wondering why is inflammation the cause of everything? And apparently earthing, getting connected to the natural negative ionic potential of the earth and getting your electrons back, getting electrons back into your body because there's an excess of protons, too much positive charge in the body when you're not connecting to the earth and discharging some of that, which causes inflammation and redness and disease. And so I got this earthing mat because I do go on barefoot walks. I do like to go outside and get my feet on the ground, but I feel ungrounded like a lot of the time, which causes a lot of anxiety, makes me feel like I'm not present. And so I was like, I'm going to invest in this $200 earthing mat, which is essentially just a conductive mat that goes on my mattress that I sleep on at night. And I'm pretty freaking convinced that it's changed my life. I feel so much better. And I mean, this has all kind of happened. It's exactly sort of when that Saturn Jupiter moved into Aquarius. And, synchronicities happen all the time. Like, there's things that happen in the sky, things that happen on the ground, revelations we have, I should get an earthing mat. It kind of all happens at once. But I'm only about a week in using this thing for every night, but I'm telling you, I feel so much better. And I also, I'm a pretty like intense athlete to some extent, so I often have like pain in my body and from working out, and I've been recovering so much quicker too, and my mood's been better. I really feel like I can attribute a lot of that to the earthing and feeling grounded. And I've also been getting more acupuncture lately too. So I think there's a lot to be said for balancing the electrical systems in our bodies. And I'm going to continue to go to acupuncture as a regular practice too. So yeah, I'm at 11 milligrams right now because I went down a little bit about a week ago, and I'm doing the liquid solutions, going down again, feeling really stable. And so today I'm actually about to make some more of my solution. I think I'm going to go down to 10 milligrams because I feel really good. And I would like to see what happens as I'm, getting closer and closer to being off of this medication. One side effect I will touch on, though, is that I've been having sort of tinnitus in my ears, which has been really strange. It's like this, and I feel like it's also the electrical imbalances, like, becoming more, like, I feel like I'm becoming calibrated again or something, and a lot of more spiritual people say that when you start having like this like ringing in the ears and hearing weird things, it could be other dimensional beings trying to communicate, and I like to believe that, but so far I haven't really been able to tune into those energies and get any information, so it could just honestly be an electrical thing. But that's really the main side effect that's going on right now, and I'm going to go down to 10 milligrams and see what happens. Thank you for watching. Love you all so very much. All right, love you. Bye.